Hello everyone, I'm Jay from The Unbreakable Entrepreneur, and today I'm with Marcus. Marcus is my friend and a long-term student. He runs his own coaching business and his journey is really inspirational. So I really wanted you guys to hear it. Marcus, over to you.
Thanks. So my journey actually started with me setting up my business and then very quickly descending into the challenges of the business and then depression. And the problem with that is when you're depressed, you don't feel like doing anything. So the effects of depression were waking up each day and feeling really off my purpose, off my, I wasn't connected to a compass of sorts of what I should be doing. The business was making money, but I wasn't really feeling connected to it. I felt like I was just turning all the cogs and handles of the business, and my heart wasn't in it anymore. And the effects of that, were starting every day, just waking up thinking, oh, what's the point of this? Moving through the day, heavy. And in regards to the business, feeling burdened by it. So very toxic, everything was work. It wasn't no longer a passion that I was following. It was just heavy dullness. So every task was, was involved around eating. So I was like, I eat something and then I'll go and do the task I've got to do. I've got to send these emails. I'll just get a bite to eat,
So I guess that really interrupted with your workout routine. I know you were big into calisthenics as well.
Yeah, I was into fitness and I started putting on weight, especially around my tummy, which made me more depressed, which is ironic. So everything felt like, as I said, like a burden, and whenever a task was cleared, there wasn't a sense of achievement. It was more like on to the next thing and the next thing. And I was just getting worn down. I started losing my hair, getting lines all over my face, suddenly aging, which was not good. And I didn't like who I was seeing in the mirror, but also I was aware of that. But I was like, how do I break that cycle? Because obviously I've got customers or clients. I have to be responsible and turn up to places and whatnot. So it was very difficult.
You said you Googled some solutions online, and that was actually kind of terrifying, depressing.
Yeah, I couldn't really find an answer that would guide, that felt like it would guide me on the right path. I think one of the things that I was able to cling on to was following my instincts, which I learned later from you is really important. But I'd see a lot of gurus and teachers out there, and they seemed to have their own stuff going on in the background, like their own. Right. They seemed a bit messed up, if I'm honest. So I didn't really feel that I could trust those sorts of teachers with where I was at, because I didn't think they understood.
And then the medical route.
Yeah, the other option. Things got so bad that I was having night terrors. I wasn't sleeping well. And what night terrors were for me was closing your eyes and just seeing horrible monsters. And you open them and you're like, oh, they're still there. So that was the point where I was like, well, how do you explain that? And am I losing my mind? What's going on? It's really scary. So I didn't know what route to take out of that. And I thought, okay, well, maybe if I see a doctor or go to a therapist or something like that. But the problem with that is doctors wanted to prescribe medication. And maybe there's a place for that, but it just didn't feel right. I didn't want to be hooked on tablets or what's the word, medicating myself all the time. That didn't really sit right with my philosophy. I didn't want to be tied to a therapist or anything like that. Just not my didn't resonate with me again. So that was a dead end. But the feeling of that was, oh, these are the only options. Medicine or therapist, and they don't feel right. So that's it. I'm stuck. So luckily,
I think this is when we connected originally.
Yeah, I think I was pretty close to praying actually that for help, and then you appeared. So thanks for listening. It was by good fortune that we connected through a mutual friend, as it happens. And that's when things started improving. And I remember the very first time I met you, I felt like I was just on fire. I don't know how to describe it. I couldn't even go to sleep and rest. I was constantly drained and having to be a teacher and having to do all these things. So yeah, the very first time we met, I think my immediate experience was hope. There's finally hope. And you gave me some very useful tools to begin that process of getting out of that hole of depression, which I did.
Yeah, and you said that was pretty easy to follow as well, although not necessarily, well, pretty simple to follow, although not always easy. Is that right?
Yeah, I had to put the work in. That was the thing. So you always got to put work in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, just as I said, it's like going to the gym. You can't just drive and, well, drive to the gym, drop off your body and pick it up when it's ready. Sadly, it's the same process, with mental fitness as well.
I think that's where we live in a world now where everything is a magic bullet or a quick solution. And there are still solutions and magic bullets, but they take effort and they take focus. But that doesn't mean you can't reach that goal.
Yeah.
I accepted where I was in the process. And that was the hard part. Because I always like to be like, I've achieved, I've reached this thing. So almost going back to being the baby student in a way, in nursery class, learning everything from the beginning again. But that was so key because, once I got these foundations in place with the tools you taught me, then I was slowly able to build and then get faster and escalate. And then I break through depression.
What would you say was your biggest takeaway or takes away from your training?
Wow, the biggest takeaway from the training was the understanding that I can write my own story, that the importance of self-sovereignty, of walking through life on my own terms. So knowing that I could do that, there's all these techniques and strategies and principles. And I mean, you provide this beautiful map for navigating oneself and the knowledge of oneself and one's mind and how that connects to your body. But understanding all that, it was, what does that do for me? It allows me to, live life on my own terms. So what are the effects of that? Well, I have a friend moving to Dubai, and I know if I get a phone call from her, I can just jump on a plane and go and see her because I'm free. Like I have that feeling of freedom now. And in fact, it's not even a feeling, it's my existence, right? So
I think you've restarted your fitness journey as well.
Oh yeah, completely. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I just end up slouching. But no, I am. I train 6 days a week, doing the training I love. I remember when I was even going down the gym, I was doing it because I felt I had to do it. But now that's gone. Now I'm training and showing up because I love doing what I do. And
what do you do right now?
Oh, so much. I do boxing, kickboxing, capoeira. Just going to start Olympic wrestling soon. And
Muay Thai?
Oh yeah, Muay Thai as well. So I've got all these interests and my body is in the best shape it's ever been in. And I mean, I'm restarting this journey. I'm 40 now. And I feel like I've got the body of a 20-year-old or 25-year-old maybe.
What about your business?
Business is going great in that the business is making money. So that's how you know it's going great. But I'm free. The business is something that serves me rather than me having to serve the business. So before I felt the business was a burden that I had to keep serving and it was always on call. It was like raising a very loud, angry 2-year-old.
Right.
But now that 2-year-old has grown up, they've gone to college, and I'm like, yes. So I'm able to do the work I really enjoy in the business. And the work for me that I really enjoy is writing. So I focus on that aspect. So my income is dramatically improved. My freedom and free time is dramatically improved, and I get to do the things I really enjoy. And I guess the word I would use is I'm able to pivot. Right? So that means try new things out, and if I don't like them, switch to something else. And if I don't like that, switch to something else. And that freedom, that's given me a sense of inner peace. So all those have been great. But I think the biggest, when you said the biggest takeaway, the biggest takeaway in understanding, of course, was, this self-sovereignty. But the biggest takeaway in my life is how I handle depression, in that it's not a thing anymore. And the reason it's not a thing is because I understand it. So I've outgrown it. I know that it's hard to, when I say outgrown, I've moved beyond it. If any of the patterns emerge, I know what they are. So it's almost as like, it's like if you had a spider in your room and you just, oh, there's a spider. I'll just open the window and let it out. It's not a case of, oh no, there's a spider in my room. What am I going to do? I'm stuck with this spider. Oh, this is the worst thing. No, I see it for what it is. So that wisdom, that understanding has been really fundamental. And it's trickled down to all areas in my life, my relationships, health, wealth, and my spiritual aspect. So I'm a lot happier.
That's great to hear. So how does it feel to now be free from depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all those things that plague so many people? How does it feel to be in that place of certainty, like the eye of the storm?
I think one of the really massive benefits of being in a place of peace and freedom internally is you express that externally. And I've noticed that, I teach conversation skills, and even the way I do that has changed, because I would put in a lot of effort to start a conversation. Now I don't put in effort, which sounds counterintuitive, but everything happens, it unfolds naturally. So I'm moving through life in a much more natural way.
Yeah, your manifesting skills improved, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm able to create things in my mind and make them real. And as we all are, it's just I'm able to do that more consistently than what I was able to do in the past. And so when I walk into a room, I feel that I can light people up, and most importantly, put them in the limelight, which I think is really important.
I've seen it so many times. You walk into the room and people are like, oh yeah, we love Marcus.
It's get more Christmas cards. So that's been great, helping people reach their higher potentials as well.
Well, obviously by developing yourself, you are basically giving this gift to the world, and you lift up your vibration, and other people get inspired to find their freedom as well. So you got to see it firsthand. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm always thinking about, when you're moving through life, hopefully as a force of good, sometimes you don't know the effects that has on people, just the way you might smile at them, or the good things that does. And I love knowing that. I love not knowing all the good things that happen from that. But certainly when I'm working in a team, I know I can get that team motivated very easily. If I'm working one-on-one, people open up to me. If I'm talking to clients, the connection's already there. So the way I sell is different. I don't put in a hard sell or anything. I just chat and listen to people. And those processes that I used to work so hard for come about naturally now. So
would you recommend this training to other guys?
Absolutely. Yes, I would recommend. You're the best teacher I've ever met. All the trainings I've done, all the different teachers around the world, all the lessons I've taken, you're number one. This training is the best training you can take. It's for my return on investment. I worked it out. It's about 50x probably. So to the nearest decimal point. You've been the most profound teacher I've ever met, and the experiences, I use them every day. I'm still learning, and you've always got new things to share. I'm always learning new things from you, and they have such a positive impact on my life. So hand on heart, absolutely recommend this training. I couldn't recommend it more if I tried.
Thank you very much, Marcus, and thank you for coming and sharing your story. I know it's not easy to talk about such things, so I really do appreciate you finding the time to share it with the guys.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found some inspiration today. If you would like to discover more about the training and talk to me, simply click the link below and book your call. It's free. Thank you again, and see you next time.